Hi, moms and dads. Dr. Nicole here with another family-friendly tech tip. Something that comes up fairly often in my work with parents is the question of what to do when you have installed parental controls on your child's device, whether that's a smartphone, a tablet, a computer, whatever device it might be, and the child is actively attempting to remove the parental control app or features, or you discover that they've actually done that. This can cause emotions to run high on both sides for the parents as well as the child. And I find that often parents overcomplicate this issue in hemming and hawing about what they should do and how to get their kids to comply with the parental controls. It's really very simple. If a child is going to have access to a device that you as the parent are providing to them, and you have decided that having parental controls, whether it's the controls that come installed on the device that you are activating and using, or it's a third-party app like Custodio or another parental control that you're using, you've decided that that needs to be on the device for the safety and health of your child, then those need to stay on as a requirement for the child to use the device. Now, kids may have all kinds of arguments about this. It's not fair. My friends don't have to have this. You're spying on me. You're intruding on me. Kids, of course, are not always going to like having the parental controls and the safety nets in place that we as adults know are healthy and appropriate for them. But that doesn't change that it's our responsibility to have these on the device and to enforce their use. So here are some specific tips around this. First of all, it's best to sit down and have a conversation with your child about what it is that you're putting on their device and why. Explain to them about the various dangers that can come up, that you're concerned about their health, wanting them to develop a good set of habits around digital wellness, and that these tools allow you to guide and help them with that, as well as keeping them safe. Show them what you're putting on there and explain how it is that you're going to be using them. These conversations are different depending on if you have a young child versus an older child. And typically, if we're talking about kids actively trying to take parental controls off, we're talking about kids in those older elementary, preteen years through the teen years. So have a thorough conversation. If you didn't do that at the outset and you've had parental controls on there, sit down and have the conversation now. Here's why we're doing this. Here's why this is important. Number two, be really clear about rules and expectations. Explain to them that these need to stay on and activated in order for the child to continue to use the device. Be crystal clear about that so that number three, they understand exactly what the consequences are if they are actively trying to take these controls off or you discover that they've been turned off. And the consequence simply is that they do not get to use the device now for whatever period of time you determine is appropriate. How I frame this for kids is to explain that following the rules and leaving these apps or these controls on is part of them demonstrating that they have a level of responsibility and maturity that is necessary for safely and appropriately using these devices. When they choose to take these things off or research how to take them off or circumvent those rules, what they're showing is that they don't yet have a level of maturity and responsibility and personal accountability to be using these things appropriately. So the ball is really in their court to show, by leaving these controls turned on, that they are mature enough and able enough to use these things in a responsible way. It's also important then, number four, that you consistently follow through with those consequences if you discover that they've taken it off. Have a discussion right away. There's no need to wait. Hey, I noticed that you turned the parental controls off, or here's something strange that I saw when I checked on what you were doing. We need to talk about this. Confront it calmly but firmly. Have a conversation about it and explain what it is that's going to happen. The key is really to focus on partnership with your child around these things. The more that you can create a partnership and open communication around the benefits of device use as well as the potential risks about safety, building healthy digital device habits, the better off you're going to be, and helping them see that the rules and the expectations and the controls that you have in place are part of your job as as a parent in helping them develop these healthy, safe kinds of skills. I hope that these ideas and these tips help you handle situations where your child may be removing or threatening to remove parental controls from their devices. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next time with more family-friendly tech tips.